Now we are starting with the next topic, functions of banks. See, generally banks will perform 4 functions: acceptance of deposit, lending of money, agency services and general services. Let us discuss one by one. Firstly, we are starting with the acceptance of deposit function. See the example before understanding anything here. Banks, they started certain bank, now they are going to the public and they are saying to the public, hey public, you have huge money. Publics are saying, yay, we have huge money in our home. See, we have kept the whole money in our home. Banks are asking to them, if you are keeping any money in your home, are you getting any return? Public is saying, no, we are not getting any return. That money is there in a home, but we are not getting any return on this money. Banks are saying to public here, see boss, when you are keeping the money in your home, you are not getting any return. Keep the same money with us, I will give you certain return. And if you are keeping the money with yourself in your home, if someone come and steal that money, what will happen here? You will lose that money. You keep that money with us in safe custody. No one can steal your money. If anyone stealing also, we will pay back your money, but you don't need to worry. So public are saying, yes, that is very good here, so we will give the money. So hence the first function of bank is acceptance of deposit. So what banks will do? Banks will accept the deposit from the public. Public will give money to the bank here. Got it? So banks accepts money from the public in various form. Got it? And it will become borrowing by bank. Sir, what do you mean borrowing by bank? Simply understand, when public giving money to the bank, for bank it is becoming liability. Why? Because bank has to return back the money to the public. Yes or no? So hence this acceptance of deposit from the public, from the bank point of view, it will become the liability of the bank, nothing but borrowings by the bank. Got it? Therefore this deposit will be shown as liabilities in the balance sheet of the bank here. Why? Because they have to return back this money to the public. Yes or no? And remember this, the deposit are one of the main sources of fund by the bank here. Bank will have the money only when publics are depositing here. Hence this deposit are one of the main sources of fund by the bank. Second function is lending and advances. See, in the first function what happened here? Bank have collected the huge fund from the public in the form of what? Tell me. In the form of deposit. Got it? Now banks are having huge fund in the form of deposit. Now banks are not going to the public. Bank are going to the businessman and they are saying to the businessman, hey businessman, I heard that you started a business, you require certain fund. Banks are saying, yes, we require certain, businessmen are saying, yes, we require certain fund. Banks are saying to them, okay, see, we have huge money which we collected from the public in the form of deposit. Now we will give this money to you in the form of loan. This loan will be called as a lending of the bank here. So lending and advances. Got it? So now what will happen is, bank will lend the money to whom? To the business. Sir, only to the business or to the general public also? Yes, anyone who wants loan, whether you are a businessman, whether you are a company or individual, whoever is in the required of the fund here, in the need of fund, bank will give loan to them. So understand, now what bank will do? Bank will be lending the money to the public, to the company or to the businessman. Got it? Commercial bank lend the amount which it mobilized through the deposit. Got it? Now sir, why banks are lending the money? Sir, simply to earn profit here. Understand the difference here. What is happening is, when public is accepting the deposit, our first function, bank said to the public that we will give certain return. How much of return bank is giving? Let us say banks, they are giving 4% of interest. So when public depositing their money, on acceptance of deposit, banks are giving how much here to the public? 4%. Got it? So can I say this 4% are the expenses for the bank? Yes, this 4% will be the expenses for the bank. Now when bank giving the loans to the public, to the businessman, to the company, sir, now the person who are borrowing the loan from the bank, they have to pay interest to the bank. Yes or no? Let us say they are paying 12% of interest to the bank. So can I say this 12% of interest which the person who is borrowing the money paying to the bank, this 12% of interest are the revenue to the bank here? Yes or no? Yes. Yes or no? Yes, sir. So on acceptance of deposit, banks are paying 4% of interest. Yes or no? And on lending of money, bank are receiving 12% of interest. Sir, what is the difference we are having? 8% of difference. Yes or no? So this 8% of difference will be called as spread. Will be called as a spread here. Remember this. Got it? So the difference between the rate of interest allowed on deposit and the rate charged on the loan is called spread, and it is the main sources of income for the bank here. So can I say bank will be lending the money with the motive of profit? Yes. So lending is carried out purely with the profit motive. Got it? Now see the last point we are having here. Sir, bank when they are accepting the deposit, let us say they accepted totally 100 lakhs of deposit. Now do you think that bank will give entire 100 lakhs of deposit to the public in the form of loan? No sir, bank will not lend the entire deposit. They will keep certain amount with themselves. Let us say out of 100 lakhs they are lending how much here? 60 lakhs, and they are keeping with themselves how much here? 40 lakhs. So however, it will not lend the whole of the deposit. It keeps certain amount to meet certain contingencies and lend the remaining portion to the business community at a higher rate of interest. Yes or no? Then allowed by bank on various deposit amount. It means nothing but sir, bank will not lend the entire deposit. They will keep certain money with themselves for any emergency. Emergency here it is called contingencies. Got it? And remaining, that is 60 lakhs will be given to the business community in the form of loan. Yes or no? Chalo. So this was the second function. Now let us go for the third function, agency services. Now see what happened here. Sir, why banks will perform agency services? They are accepting deposit from the public. They are giving loan to the business community. Sir, banks are having profit but not so much of profit. Banks are saying we want some more profit. We have to expand ourselves. So what they shall do? They went to the public and they said to the public, hey public, you took me as your agent, and whatever you are doing, you don't do. You delegate that work to me and we will do as like your agent. So bank said to everyone that we will become your agent and we will be performing certain agency services. Got it? So hence remember, bank renders various services to the consumer as an agent. Sir, what are the services? Like collection of bill, collection of promissory notes, collection of checks, collection of dividend, collection of interest, collection of premium, etc. Sir, bank will also purchase and sell the shares and securities on behalf of public in the form of agent here. Got it? Sir, bank will be making regular payment such as insurance premium to the insurance company on behalf of a customer here. Nothing but bank are performing agency services here. Bank will also act as a trustee or executor whenever they are nominated here. It means sir, banks in order to expand themselves, in order to have more business, in order to have more income, they are also performing some agency services which we have discussed just now. Got it? Now next function is a general function or general services. See, nowadays what happened here, modern banks till now acceptance of deposit, lending of money and agency services used to be performed by the bank. But nowadays what happened here, bank again they said here, we are having good business but still we want to expand some more business. Got it? So apart from the agency services, they also started certain more services in the form of general services. So modern banks perform following general services to the public. Nothing but on behalf of public, they will perform general services. See, you can call here also agency services, but here we are calling separately themselves as general services. Why? Because banks generally they are providing all the services now. Got it? Examples: issuing of letter of credit, traveler check, bank draft, circular notes, etc. Safekeeping of valuable in safe deposit. Nothing but banks are also providing lockers and they are saying to the public, you can keep your money, you can keep your diamonds, you can keep your gold in our locker, you can keep your property documents in our locker, that will be saved here. Third one, supplying trade information and statistics. What do you mean by this? Banks sometimes what they will do, when a business is having account with the bank, they will record on all the transaction of bank, and then okay, they'll prepare one report. They'll say to the businessman, boss, all these are the expenses you have incurred in this month, and these all are the incomes you are having in this month. It means what they are trying to do, they are trying to give trade information and trade statistics to the customer here. Got it? So banks are providing trade information and statistics to the public here. Got it? Next, conducting economic survey. What do you mean by this? Sir, nowadays banks are also conducting certain surveys in the whole country. Like bank will collect certain information. What is the total number of banks we are having in India? Got it? How many banks are shut down in the current year? How many new banks are started? What is the total amount of deposit we are having in India? What is the total amount of loans we are having in India? So all this survey, who will be conducting? Banks here. Got it? Next, bank will also prepare the feasibility studies, project report, etc. What do you mean with this? Simply, bank are saying to the company, my dear company, you appoint me as your accountant and we will prepare report for you. Got it? We will okay study your whole business and we will find out where the mistake you are having. We will suggest what to do to expand your business. So hence banks are also providing general services in the form of preparation of feasibility studies, project report, etc. Got it? Bank are also saying to the customers, to the businessman, boss, I'll underwrite your shares also. Got it? And if you want, okay, we'll give you loan for the long term purposes also. You come to us, okay, we'll give loan not only for short term but for the long term purposes also. So underwriting of shares and make loans for the long term purposes. All these are the general services of the bank. Got it here? So with this we have completed the functions of a bank.